Today we are reacting to a kid who made $50 million at the age of 15. So let's get into it.
I'm going to tell you how I became one of the richest people on Earth, even though I was only a stupid teenager. It all started with me being obsessed about history and archaeology. By the time I was 12, I had probably read more than 100 books on those topics. So you can imagine how excited I was when...
Guys, I have a theory. I bet that Dad will take advantage of the sun. That's my theory.
My dad gave me a metal detector for Christmas. I immediately grabbed a shovel and ran into our forest here in Poland. It took me less than 4 hours to dig up my first treasure. It was a rusted machine gun from the Second World War. After I did some research, I learned that it was a PPD-40 and used by the Soviet Union during World War II. Of course, my mom was shocked when I showed it to her, but my dad laughed and said it was cool, and he encouraged me to continue my hobby. Well, that's exactly what I did for the next few years. Whenever I had free time, I would wander through our beautiful forest searching for new treasures. And after a year, I had my first big discovery. It was a very old helmet. I immediately took it to a museum in our city for an inspection. When they saw it, their eyes lit up. But then they took the helmet away from me and said that archaeological treasures found in Poland belong to the state. To be honest, I'm not sure if what they said was true, but I felt like they had stolen my helmet from me. That day, I swore to myself that the next time I found a treasure, I would keep it to myself and sell it on the black market. Because, as I later found out, the helmet I had found was worth at least $20,000 US. It was a Roman auxiliary helmet in a really good condition. And recently, a similar helmet was sold for $300,000 USD. So you can imagine how angry I was, especially because the helmet was never displayed in that museum, which means they had probably sold my helmet on the black market to get rich themselves. For the next few years, I had little to no luck. I mean, yeah, I found hundreds of grenades and rusty machine guns, but none of them had any value. It was 2 days after my 15th birthday when my metal detector started beeping like crazy. And it wasn't just beeping at one point, but it was beeping over an area of at least 2 square meters. I wasn't sure what was laying under me, but I knew it was something very big. So I took my shovel and started digging. I remember hitting against something. At first, I was scared. It could have been a mine, but I could feel that it wasn't metallic. After a few more seconds of digging, I realized that it was a big pot. It was very big.
What do you mean? The pot is like... That's not metal.
Heavy and kinda ugly.
What's inside it?
But why was my metal detector been beeping if there wasn't any metal? It took me a few seconds to realize that something was inside the pot. So I started pulling the dirt out of the opening of the pot. It didn't take long until I saw something golden. And trust me, I had waited years to find something golden. It were coins. Lots of coins. Too many coins for me to carry. I looked around to see if someone had followed me or seen my treasure, but no one was there. So I took one coin with me and put the rest back into the hole and filled it with dirt again. When I arrived home, I immediately showed my dad the gold coin I'd found. I told him there were many more, and a big smile appeared on his face. He asked, "How many?" And I said, "More than I could count." We decided to go back the following morning. But this time I realized that it wasn't just one pot full of gold coins, but that there were several pots under the ground, right next to each other. It were 7 big pots in total. After we had brought all of them to our home, we counted a little more than 10,000 gold coins. We had no idea how much they were worth, but we definitely knew we were rich. However, I made one big mistake. I should have never asked my dad for help. He turned out to be a selfish monster. Because the next morning when I woke up to take another look at my treasure, it was gone. I immediately asked my dad where the coins had gone, and he told me he had taken them away so I wouldn't spend them on stupid stuff. I got angry and told him those were my coins, and he had no right to take them away from me. When I offered him to share the coins 50-50, he started laughing and said, "I have raised you and I have bought you your metal detector. Therefore, those coins belong to me." Be a good boy, and I will give
told
you a
you.
few of them someday. Oh, I wanted to attack him right then and there. But that wouldn't have helped me find my coins either. No, I needed to find out where my dad had hidden them.
Okay.
I knew the only way my dad could have transported them was by using his car. That's why I asked several store owners in our city if I could take a look at their security cameras that were facing to the street. I told them someone had stolen my dad's car, and we were trying to find out where the thief had driven it. Everyone wanted to help and gave me access to their security camera footage. From there, it was easy to follow where my dad had driven his red Honda. Once I knew the district my dad had gone to, it immediately clicked. He had gone to my aunt. I called her up and asked if my dad had recently visited her. She said, yeah, he came in here at 5 a.m. in the morning. He said he needed to store a few boxes in my basement. Jackpot. I immediately visited my aunt and told her my dad wanted me to pick up his boxes again. Then I ordered a taxi and brought the coins into a cheap hotel. I took one coin with me and went to a pawn shop. I asked how much it was worth, and the guy looked shocked. He asked me who had given it to me. But I knew it was better to not give him any information, so instead I asked him again, how much will you pay me for it? He took a closer look and told me it was a Roman gold coin and in perfect condition. When he said he was willing to pay 15,000 US dollars for this single coin, I almost fainted. But I tried to stay cool, even though I had 10,000 more of these coins laying around in my cheap hotel. What if someone broke into my room and stole them from me? I took the $15,000 and ran back to my hotel. Luckily, my coins were still there. I immediately ordered a taxi and drove to Warsaw, the capital of Poland. There, I checked into a luxury hotel where I was safe from my dad and thieves. All that happened a few years ago, and I haven't seen my dad since.
Oh my God.
I've sold all my 10,000 coins for a total of $50 million to several private collectors. And I even found a legal loophole so I wouldn't have to pay any taxes. Today, I'm 18 and living on Ibiza. I'm mostly partying and having fun. But I also offered my mom to leave my dad and start a new life with me. However, she said she wouldn't leave my dad because she loved him too much. Well, I'm sorry, but that's her problem. As long as she lives with my dad, I won't give her a single penny.
Okay, that will be it for the video, and bye.